Hello everyone, this is another little video by me, Ben, and I'm a mind skills coach, and so this is a couple of things related to that area. You might have heard of it through all sorts of different names and like mental training or sports performance, peak performance, life coaching, all that kind of stuff. It all really kind of meshes into one thing, so it means it's great. It means that you can train in lots of different areas and it all starts to add together. And I think that's one of the keys, is that it does add together. So for instance, with sport, you've got your physical training, like your fitness levels, you've got your physical skills and talents that but some of them you have and that you work on, but very much how you perform and participate in a game. And then you've got the mindset. Then you've got, how does it all link in? How do you bring everything together to make it special, to make it more than the parts? So greater than the sum of the parts is, I think, the expression I was looking for there. Tonight, all I want to talk about is how to take responsibility. Yeah, big word, boo. What about how to change? How to change your state. We've looked at this already in a video about how to kind of quieten your mind, so check that other video out. This one is more about how to really change your state. So that's either going from, say, relaxation or high energy. Sportsman, how do you get into the zone? Relaxation, how do you go to sleep? What happens when you go to bed and you're wired? How do you change so that you adapt your physiology, your everything, so that it makes the best of the situation that you need? So it's kind of like this little equation of you and your environment. How do you mix those two together to get the desired outcome? And it is about, first of all, knowing what the desired outcome is. So, if you go to bed and you want to stay up, then it might be a different feeling that you're looking for to one of going into a deep sleep. And obviously there's going to be different ways that you operate, and that's going to mean there's different ways that you're talking to yourself, there's different ways that you're breathing, there's different things that you're focusing on that are going to help you stay in that state. Now, you can put this in any situation. The reason I'm talking about it here today is because I've just gone back from a big bit of work, a good bit of physical labouring work, which was a lot of fun. And I've got friends out this evening, and I'm going to go and join them. And it was that work state where I was in this particular mode of work that's like all good, very happy to be there, like really focused, and there's lots going on. And I want to get into a completely different state, which is seeing friends that I haven't seen for a while, catching up, and really enjoying myself and letting go of any responsibilities or worries that I've had, especially throughout the week. And I imagine quite a lot of you probably feel the same way when it comes to the weekends. Now, the thing is, a lot of what I do carries on through the weekends, so it's not always a case of that. And it's very much about picking and choosing when I do fully release or relax or get really concentrated or amp it up. There's all these different things, and it's about having a toolkit, and I'll probably use that word a lot because I like the idea of having a big toolkit about what it is that you want to kind of pick out and use. So for me personally, I've found a lot of resources from the world of yoga, especially for breath work and for getting into the physical body as well. So getting out of the head, getting into the physical body, and just starting to use the intelligence, use the intelligence of the body to come into like a better understanding, and actually maybe a deeper experience of what's happening, of what's now. And that can increase enjoyment levels. And maybe it's that you already have this brilliant use of your body and you're fully in it. But it's knowing that. It's knowing what that's like, rather than just being it innately and just like being unconscious of being amazing at it. Sometimes you actually need to understand how you're doing it so that you can start to enjoy it more, rather than it just being this thing that you don't really have much to do with. You're just born great. You know, that happens to a lot of people, and it's not always the easiest thing to deal with, because you're so good at something you actually don't know how you're doing it. And I've gone a little bit off topic here, but I've just opened up a can of worms with all sorts of ideas of, you know, how do you progress at things that you're no good at, that you want to be good at, and how do you actually progress at things that you're so good at you've got no idea how to even progress, because you've hit a plateau and you think that is it, that's my skill level, that's where I'm going to be, I'm just going to have to get used to this, and actually I might get a bit bored like that. So it's about wherever you're at, being able to find some progress and some development, and yeah, being a little bit bold as to dream that there's more than the current level that you're at. So if you're still with us, then good, because, you know, this, even when I'm talking about it, I'm thinking, you know, it is quite abstract and it does apply to all sorts of stuff. So if you can apply it to, you know, situations whilst I'm talking, if you're like, oh, okay, that's a bit like when I was doing this or doing that, then it might, you know, help you be a little bit more involved in these perceived ramblings that I'm going on about. So tonight, the main focus is about changing your state. Massively helpful way of doing that is using your breathing. Your breathing changes your physiology, and that is one of the fastest ways of changing your state. Another amazing thing to do is to focus on the right things for that state. So for instance, if you want to feel, if I want to feel good about myself, say I've had a bad day, nothing's gone right, I don't feel like I've progressed with my business or anything like that, then how do I turn that around? How do I let go of that and get on with having a fun time in the evening? You know, how do I flip the script? And literally, there it is. There's a key there, the script. What is it you're saying to yourself? Comes back to the self-talk that we've already talked about in another video. And what am I focusing on? For me, looking at not the things that I haven't got, so not the things that I haven't achieved. Oh, I didn't get this done, I still need to do that. Rather saying, this is what I have done. So like, wow, I've come this far. I'm grateful because I've got friends coming to town. I've able to do this. I'm really good at doing that. This week was fantastic for this reason. All these little things, just by flicking from what you haven't to what you have, that just starts to change you a little bit. And even now, noticing when I've gone from saying what I haven't got to saying what I have got, I notice that I'm breathing a lot differently. And actually, I'm just generally getting more excited already by talking about this. So knowing what it is that makes you happy is a great way to start. Also, if you don't know, then how much fun is that you're going to find out? That's really cool. And you can start whenever you want, because all you need to do is know that you want to feel differently and take responsibility for exploring. So not responsibility for getting it right, but responsibility for exploring. Again, maybe go like, man, I've never felt like that before. I've never been like super duper relaxed like people talk about. I'm curious. I'm going to find out how to do it. So yeah, go and find out how to do it. Ask other people, read some books. But also experiment straight away and talk to yourself in a way that would be conducive of getting into that state. So these things, you know, some of them are obvious. Some of them you've been doing for ages and you realise, and you just get them straight away and they just kind of file into line. Like, yep, another tool in my toolkit. There you go, bam, got that one. I know how to do super duper relaxation. Other ones, like, well, I need to get like in a peak state. Like, I want to know what it's like to flow when I run, or like I want to know what it's like to fly through the air, like on a snowboard, like in control, like that weightlessness feeling. Like, that might not happen straight away. That might take more time. But how much fun is it going to be having a little project that you can start to move towards? And all of a sudden, you've got something to do that's quite exciting. So this all may or may not make sense. You may or may not still be watching, but if you are, nice one. I'm going to leave it there for today, because the essence of what I said is I've already said it, and that's just that there is control of your own state available to you. It's not all about the external world delivering you some set of circumstances that you have to agree with or adapt to. And very much that happens all the time. And it happens especially with other people. And one of the things that is kind of like I don't know if it's a law of nature or some kind of verified scientific thing, but being aware that the dominant state in a room of people will take over. So if there's just two of you and the person you're with is really down, or if they're really aggressive, then that dominant state, if that's more dominant than what you're choosing to feel like, then you're going to start to take that on. And that's really interesting, because once you know that, you can see it, and you can see how influenced you are from the world around you. So being able to take responsibility, again, so I mean, yeah, look, I don't the word responsibility is like that for me. It's like, allowing yourself to see if it can be changed and try a little bit of change. Now, there's loads of techniques that I'm not going into, and very much a lot of this stuff is on kind of deep levels. That just to know that it exists is what I really want to get going with you guys. Just to know that it's there, that there is possibilities of doing this change for yourself. And as soon as I'm saying this stuff, I'm sure you've probably heard it from other people before, and even whoever you've heard it from, it doesn't matter. It's still being said. You've probably at some point in your life experienced that, what we're talking about. So just knowing that, having a little play maybe with something that you want to experience, and take it from there. Yeah, if you've got any questions or any comments, anything like that, or if you want me to clarify anything, well, I've pretty much just gone like that. I've just opened it all up, so there's lots of clarification to be done. But I've got loads more videos to do, so I'm looking forward to clarifying that. But you could also, if you ask me a question, then I'll answer it in a video. So we can go from there. And I look forward to more of these videos, and I hope you have a fantastic night, whether that means that you are going into super duper relaxation, or whether you're going into full weekend warrior party mode, or you're hitting the beach somewhere and going for a surf, or camping out, or seeing family, or it's a big old world, so enjoy it. Cheers.